Have you ever seen a group of giraffes working together to name the stars? Have you ever seen dolphins getting together to do calculus? Have you ever seen a monkey start a fire or recite poetry or cook its own food? No? Neither have I. Actually, neither has anyone. The animals I listed are highly intelligent and they can do some pretty incredible things, but all of those things I described are unique to human beings. There are plenty of animal species that are highly intelligent, can accomplish complex tasks, and can actually communicate in their own way, yet still, human beings are the only animal species that can do higher order thinking, form long, complex sentences, and contemplate higher things. There's something about a human being that's just different than the rest of creation. So let's back up and start with some basics. The first thing we need to talk about is what makes something alive. In biology, there are 7 characteristics of life, 7 things that must be true in order to classify something as a living organism. Those 7 things are cellular structure and function, the ability to reproduce, grow, develop, the ability to maintain stable internal conditions, which we call homeostasis, and the ability to respond to the natural environment. Now, imagine 50 years from now, humans have created a robot, and this robot has all 7 characteristics of life. It's made of cultured cells, it can respond to its environment, it can somehow reproduce, it has the ability to maintain homeostasis, it can do all 7. Would that robot be considered alive? Why or why not? The one thing that robot is missing, besides the 7 fundamental characteristics of life, is a soul, or an animating principle, as Aristotle would say. In 350 BC, Aristotle wrote a treatise called On the Soul, or De Anima. He said that every living thing has to have an animating principle, or form. A form is what makes something what it is. So in order for an organism to really be alive, it has to have this animating principle. So back to the robot example. The robot wouldn't really be alive unless it had an anima, a soul. Souls are not material. They don't come from a material origin. So they must be given by God, who is a spiritual being. The human soul is unique because it has free will and intellect. Your dog, for example, does not have free will and intellect. If your dog is hungry for food, it's going to bark and bark and bark until it gets fed. It can't choose to not eat. But humans can. We can choose to fast. But your pet dog can't choose that because your pet dog doesn't have free will and your pet dog does not have intellect. So our soul is unique because it has these 2 unique properties. Humans are the only species that can freely choose to go against our instinct. The implications of this are extremely important. With our free will, we are able to choose the good, and with our intellect, we are able to know what is good. In union with the church, we can form our conscience and form our free will and our intellect to be in line with God. With our free will, we're able to choose God's will for us. We're able to encounter the Lord through prayer, the sacraments, and everything that the church has to offer. Animals don't have this ability. Only humans do. Additionally, the concept of human dignity rests on the fact that we have a unique soul created and willed by God Himself. According to the Catechism, paragraph 364, the human body shares in the dignity of the image of God. It is a human body precisely because it is animated by a spiritual soul, and it is the whole human person that is intended to become, in the body of Christ, a temple of the Spirit. God made us unique, unrepeatable, and different from the rest of creation. God has given us the great gift of free will and intellect so that we can contemplate Him, get to know Him, and build a relationship with Him. By using these gifts of free will and intellect, we are able to search for God, who is always searching for us.